So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be your Raw review for this week, June 20th. We got the Money in the Bank follow-up. We have the Wyatt family returning, and you get a big main event as well. So I'm so happy to review this. That's why I'm smiling right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back doing WWE videos. Well, not all the news and stuff, but the reviews for like the Raw, the pay-per-views, and maybe SmackDown. I probably will start doing SmackDown reviews most likely when the draft starts. And yeah, I'm also doing Raw reviews because, talking about WWE again, because, as we all know, your new WWE champion is Dean Ambrose. And if you haven't checked out my Money in the Bank review, go check that out before you check this one out. So let's talk about Raw. I was so happy I actually wanted to watch Raw this week. Haven't watched Raw live in weeks. So, I was happy because Dean Ambrose is my favorite wrestler, well, behind John Cena, as you guys know. And Dean Ambrose is finally the champion. So, I was so happy to see, when he came out. So, we open up Raw with Dean Ambrose coming out to a big pop. To a big pop. So yeah, he'd come out and he'd celebrate. The crowd loves him. That's one thing I gotta say. The crowd loves him. That's what a babyface champion is supposed to be like. I said on my Money in the Bank review. So yeah, the fans are chanting. You deserve it, and all that. So he talks about some stuff. I'm not going to say anything really. I'm not going to say what he says, but it was good to see him walking out with the title, his entrance, and just to see him with it on his shoulder for the first time. So then, Roman Reigns would come out, mostly to booze. He comes out, and he says it wasn't his night last night, it was Dean's. Oh, excuse me. And he congratulates him. He says he's happy for him and all that stuff, what the good guy's supposed to be like. And says to their friends. He says, I would catch it on you too, all that stuff. And then start chanting, you can wrestle and all that stuff. And I like how Reigns actually kind of turned it around on the crowd. He tells all the men, chanting that to relax, take a sip of their beer and shut up. Which is good. It's really what the fans deserve, to be honest. Now, then Seth Rollins would come up, which we would get all 3 former Shield members in the ring at the same time. It looks like, we're about to get a fight until Shane McMahon would come out. Basically, just some sum up for you. He says we should have Reigns versus Rollins to determine a new number one contender tonight. Since Stephanie is not going to be here, and he's running the show all by himself. So he's saying Reigns versus Rollins will take place tonight in the main event. So, yeah, that's a big match. And we'll talk about that later on. So that was a good segment to open up, to kick off Raw. Something different. They usually have, Shane McMahon, Stephanie McMahon have been coming out past a few times. It's good to see Dean Ambrose kick off the show. Well, all 3 members of the former Shield, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, kick it off Raw. And they give you a reason, to keep watching Raw, which is what they have failed to do time in, time out. They set up your big main event for the night, which, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, the winner faces Dean Ambrose at Battleground for your WWE Championship. See, that's like, I know that's at the end, but they still, you still now are interested to see what's going to happen next. And I think they did a great job throughout the whole show. Because then you had Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. This is what every people want to see on the main roster. We've seen it a couple pay-per-views ago at Payback, which Kevin Owens picked up the victory. But we saw this match on Raw. They had a good match overall, especially from these two. You're going to get a good match, most likely, which they delivered on a televised match, with your winner being Sami Zayn. Now, what's good to have Sami Zayn pick up the victory here, because Kevin Owens is a monster heel. He's doing great things. He can take a loss. It's not gonna, hurt him as much as it was Sammy's aim to make him get another loss. Not that he's been losing a lot anyways, but it's good for him to finally beat Kevin Owens. So I think they're gonna have a long-term feud. I don't know. I'm hoping. They should have it over like a title. That's why I thought at WrestleMania, one of them would win the championship, so then they can feud over it for like a few months. So, which that didn't happen. So, you can still have the feud over, best friend thing like they had, but So like I said, WWE does it again. They're keeping you tuned in, keeping it interesting, and it's good to see Rock and Goff different. So, can WWE keep it up, which has been a problem. Now, what would happen after the match, post-match, is he'd rush him. Owens would rush him with a kick to the face, and he'd power him to the stage for a big power onto the floor, but that's where he'd bring him. But Sammy would tackle him and load with left and rights. They have to separate them. The officials have to separate them. They try to fight, but they're separated. So it looks like the feud is obvious. They're going to start feuding now, like a continuation. It's gonna, they're not going to take no breaks or nothing. It's going to be, it's going to be like one match, not a one match off. So, and then see they keep you in tune when we come back from the break, or they take a break. Right after that, they're brawling backstage, and they're still trying to keep them apart. And then John Laurinaitis, we get the return of John Laurinaitis to a SmackDown podium. Now, it's interesting because will he be running SmackDown? Who will be running SmackDown? Because they're going to be different brands. The plan split after the draft, July 19th. SmackDown's going live on Tuesdays. Tuesdays when it's taped. They're going live Tuesdays for 2 hours. So now you're getting Raw Monday Night Live, and then you're getting SmackDown Live on Tuesday. So it's back to back. Well, you might even have on your pay-per-view days 3 days in a row for wrestling. For like the main show, you got NXT on Wednesdays and all that, but that's on the WWE Network exclusively. But yeah, it's kind of so. And he just, I don't really care about talking about Hernandez, to be honest. But so I didn't really care about what he said, to be honest. But, however, he did give some news. He says he's throwing his name into the hat to run SmackDown. He says it won't be Johnny. It's going to be Shane running SmackDown. So there's our answer, see? That's the thing. It's going to be Shane running SmackDown, like people have predicted all over the IWC, which is the Internet Wrestling Community. And YWC, YouTube Wrestling Community, people have predicted, probably, even on the websites, Shane's going to run SmackDown, probably if he can't run Raw, which he's run Raw for a while, but I guess coming July 19th, he won't be, I don't know if he'll be on Raw. No, I'm pretty sure he's just going to be on SmackDown since it's 7 brands. So, it's going to be like it was years ago. When they had 7 brands, because now the draft, the brand split is going to be, you're separated. It's going to be now, your different pay-per-views. So it's going to have your SmackDown pay-per-views, your Raw pay-per-views. It's not going to be like what before you, and no one's even on SmackDown or Raw, and even compete anywhere. So now, let's say, the tag teams. Now, I don't know how all these other titles are going to go, like the tag titles. They can, like, those titles can probably be defended on both on SmackDown, any pay-per-view, but that's different. You can't have the tag title on SmackDown. I mean, you could, but it just wouldn't work, I don't think. But, like, now that's going to be interesting because I know I'm kind of talking about the draft, but I haven't really been able to talk about this, kind of why. But, because when you look at the draft, it's like, if they have the one world title, you gotta have, maybe they'll bring back the World Championship, World WWE Championship, I don't know. Because that's how it usually went. That's why the World WWE Championship, they had 2 titles usually, because they had WWE Championship, that was the WWE Championship from Raw, World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown, Intercontinental Championship, and the United States Championship, one was on each. Then you had the, Women's Championship and the Divas Championship because of that. That's why. So I'm wondering if they'll put titles back. It's going to be interesting to see. But let's not ramble on too much about that. So don't want to keep you guys here all day. So yeah, and Laurinaitis basically agrees and steps over to the Raw podium. So now he's saying that he should run Raw while Shane runs SmackDown. And then he leaves. Shane makes him leave. And then, somewhere a big cast would come out to face the Vaudevillains. These are two teams that were in NXT, now on the main roster, still delivering, still giving out great performances, great matches. Wasn't that long of a match, though, so it wasn't that good. But Enzo and Cass do win the match. Now, the Vaudevillains are starting to get lost in the shuffle because they're not, being included as much as they should be. Enzo and Cass, I think, will be tag team champions very soon. The New Day have been champions for over 300 days now, so they're approaching a year, but that's still in if they make it in 2 months, because they won them last year at SummerSlam, that's in August, so they're approaching a year if they make it. Will they be the longest reigning tag team champions? We're going to have to wait and find out, because the reign is by Paul and Brian Kendrick. I think it's 335 days, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. It's somewhere in the 330 area. Could be 334, 333, something like that. But yeah. So, yeah. See, so far, WWE, is keeping you tuned in, keeping you interested. For the most part, you had Laurinaitis and that. But overall, pretty good. It's not like the whole show's not going to be perfect. There have been perfect Raws. I don't think there have even been really that many perfect Raws, but from time to time there have been, not recently. But. So then AJ Styles would come out. Now, he talks about, the whole dream match of John Cena was tainted by the guys who were supposed to be closer than brothers to him. Now, he declares that he beat Cena. Don't get him wrong. But he says that the club is to continue. They need to come out and make a public apology. So they come out. They look all confused and oh. Now they're saying, we just gave John Cena an excuse. We just gave him an excuse, so now we can give an excuse of why he lost. See, so yeah. Now John Cena comes out, because they said they're sorry, he wants him to accept it, and he says, he doesn't need an apology, since he broke the contract and all that stuff. And then they just trade promos. Now, this segment kind of fell flat. You see, it was good, but it wasn't as good as their other promos leading up to Money in the Bank. Now, I think they'll have a match at Battleground, with John Cena probably winning. Hopefully they'll have a big match at SummerSlam with, some big implications with maybe AJ Styles closing out, being the victor. Unlike Kevin Owens last year, when John Cena, when they fought, they had the two matches with no titles on the line. Then, Kevin Owens beat him clean, though. See, that's the thing. No one ever, like I said in my Money in the Bank review, no one ever gives John Cena credit for it when he loses at all. Like, the guy can lose to Kevin Owens last year. Hey, at least he lost once. I know John Cena still beat him twice in a row. I know. But, Kevin, I know that brings someone to want him down, but it still was a win for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens can still say, I beat John Cena clean. So, AJ Styles won, but still can't say that. But he could still do it if he went to that round. They're going to have 3 matches, I think, so they'll probably face off at SummerSlam. John Cena usually they're not doing summer feuds now, so. So then, he says, just face anyone you want out of the club. Face Carl Anderson, face Luke Gallows. But John Cena, I want AJ Styles, let's do it tonight. And he says, no, I didn't mean me, I didn't finish. So then Carl Anderson versus John Cena. No, John Cena didn't even let Carl Anderson get an offensive movement. See, that's the thing. So the point of this match was to John Cena just go right through him. He trucked right through Carl Anderson. He won by DQ, John Cena. But, see, the whole point of the match wasn't really clear. If they're just going to attack him, why have the match? They could have just attacked him right there. I don't know. It was set up, maybe, I know, but you never know. But I like the storyline. I'm looking forward to the second matchup, so. Yeah, they just stand tall, really nothing to add there. Now, you have Baron Corbin versus Zack Ryder. Baron Corbin, hopefully we'll get to go to bigger and better things now since he's done with Dolph Ziggler. I'm hoping he's done with Dolph Ziggler. It looks like he's done with Dolph Ziggler. The feud now there, so it's looking good for him. He beats Zack Ryder pretty much easily. Zack Ryder did have a few near falls, but it didn't matter in the end because we all knew Baron Corbin was going to win. That was just to get Baron Corbin on the show and let him easy. Then you have a women's championship match. Charlotte defending against Paige. So this was a good Divas match, I thought. For the most part, it was okay. It did what it had it to do because all-purpose this match, well, first of all, was really to just put Charlotte over. Just have her let her have another championship. Pretty much, I think, just to let her defend the title on Raw since she didn't defend it at Money in the Bank. So yeah. So she defeats her, she retains the title. However, after the bell, they would attack Paige. And then Sasha Banks, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me right. Sasha Banks would return to Monday Night Raw after a couple months of her not being on Raw. So she was injured. She had that injury. They never really, I don't know if they really addressed it. I never really watched her. I don't know if they did. However, she's back now, and it looks like I'm hoping they're gonna see some of these matches they're doing big that should not be on these pay-per-views like Money in the Bank. Not saying I don't want to see these matches. See, that's the thing. I want to see these on the big stage, and I'll actually kind of clear this up when we get to the main event. So then you get Sasha Banks returning with Paige. They're fighting the end side to side, and they stand tall. So it's looking like Sasha is going to go after Charlotte's Women's Championship. I'm hoping that happens at SummerSlam. I want to see it, but I'm hoping Sasha does win the championship. But we'll talk about that at a later date. But it's good to see Sasha Banks back. Then the Wyatt family also returns. Eric Rowan, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman. Now, Luke Harper is not here because we know I think he's injured last time I checked. So, they just cut a promo, they say what they say, their creepy stuff that they usually say, the normal Wyatt family that you get. And the New Day interrupts to crack some jokes, as usual. They just say stuff, and I didn't really care. But I don't know, it's looking like, I don't know if WWE is trying to set something up here, if they're trying to set up the Wyatt family to challenge the New Day. I don't know, like a 6-man tag team match for the titles, I don't know. I don't know what the point of that was. Was it just to get New Day on the show to do something? Overall, did I care? I mean, good to see the Wyatt family back. Bray Wyatt especially, I like Bray Wyatt, so it was good to see him back. But overall, it was a hit or miss. Now, you got Rusev versus Titus O'Neil. Now, Titus O'Neil whipped Rusev's ass on this episode of Raw. Where was this at Money in the Bank? Not saying he didn't get squashed like most people thought, but he still lost to Rusev, and he put up some good power moves, but he just dismantled him. He was, if you saw it, he just beat his ass like nothing. Where was this? Where was the intensity of Titus at Money in the Bank? I don't know, is this feud still continuing? I don't know. Would I like to see Titus O'Neil win the United States Championship? I like Titus. I don't know, I'd like to see it. It would be a big change. He'd never had a United States Championship, any singles championship, or even a shot at it before. But, yeah. Then, you get your main event. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, a number of contenders match. Whoever wins goes to Battleground to face Dean Ambrose for your WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Another good matchup, ladies and gentlemen, here. Was it as good as their Money in the Bank match? I could say it could top it, it could be as equal, but I still think I like the Money in the Bank match. This was a television match, so, of course, usually television matches are really good. Some can be really good, but this was another good one. They delivered another great match. The back and forth, the good high spots, all that stuff, but I'm just going to cut to the chase. Basically what happens is that Roman Reigns tries to go for a spear to the announce table. Okay? They're on the outside, Ambrose is obviously right there. And, they just both end up on the other side of the announce table. The referee counts to try to make it back in, but the referee calls for the ball and they make it in too late. So it's a Delicano now. You know, everyone's freaking out. Who's the number one contender? Who's the number one contender? You know what I'm saying? Who's it going to be? They both got out. Someone's got to win. Well, they say Lillian announces, Lillian Garcia announces that there's no winner. Delicano. There's not a clear winner. So what happens? Shane McMahon would come out. You know, says, we need a number one contender. We need it. Now, Dean's in the ring, and he tells Shane that he will fight them both in the same night. Now, what I was thinking at first was, I don't know, could be a triple threat. Could be just two singles matches. So he makes a triple threat match for Battleground for the WWE Championship. And I am so happy, ladies and gentlemen, to say that this is going to be your big main event for Battleground. You know, wanted to see this at SummerSlam now. What I'm interested to say now is what, if they have something bigger planned for SummerSlam now. I mean, because I thought this was going to be your big main event of the summer. All three former Shield members going for the WWE Championship. This is an instant classic. I believe this is I'm going to predict this. I'm probably going to give this 5 out of 5 stars already. I can feel it. Probably don't want to say that too early. You never know. I can jinx it. Oh my god, it could be a shit of a match. But I think this match is going to be good. The chemistry here, I mean, they work together. They were a team. They've been in matches before with each other. They face each other one-on-one. I think the chemistry there is going to be great. I think it's going to be really good. I can't wait for this main event for the title now. Dean Ambrose at least will have the title for 5 weeks. Now, to make him really a good, successful champion, you're going to have to make him win a few big matches. So I think Dean Ambrose has to win it. I'm not predicting I do my predictions video. Probably will do a predictions video for this pay-per-view. But I'm just saying Dean Ambrose champion really quick. I'll wrap this up review in a couple of minutes. But Dean Ambrose needs to win. You can't just drop the title. You can't play hot potato with it. You know, you can't just, switch back and forth. Dean Ambrose, I'm hoping he wins. Because if Reigns wins again, he just, being the champion again, not saying anything about Roman Reigns. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate him. I like him. He's okay. But, if he wins, he's going to become a four-time, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're right, a 4-time world champion already. I don't know if John Cena was even a 4-time champion in less than a year. Or anyone is even that, because that's pretty quick for him to have that many title reigns. Because then it doesn't feel as important as it is. That's the thing. When you start just doing, you have your short reigns, you keep getting it back, you have opportunities. It doesn't feel as important as the first reign was. Even the first reign for Reigns wasn't as. It was, the fans just don't like him. I don't know what else to say. Rollins, they like Rollins. They love Ambrose. We'll say that. But yeah, so we're having the Shield triple threat match. 3 former members of the Shield, all in the same ring at the same time. July 24th at Battleground Live on the WWE Network. 5 weeks time, well, less than 5 weeks now. Wait a minute, I forgot to tell you guys this though. Hold on. Just remember, Roman Reigns has been suspended for 30 days. Now, which is actually interesting, because now he's going to be out until July 21st. See, the thing is though, will this match still happen? See, that's the thing. That's a question mark. We don't know. The reason why is because he will not be able to be on any of the Raws leading up to Battleground. None of them. So he would just have to appear with no build-up at all. So will this be saved for SummerSlam? Is the question, or will they just go along with it with just Rollins and Ambrose going at it? I don't know. Will it just be a singles match? Don't know. Questions still to be answered, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be the thing is. So will this match still happen? Don't know. But as of last night, it was supposed to happen at Battleground. But with Roman Reigns now failing the wellness policy and being suspended 30 days, he's lucky that he didn't miss. I mean, he could have, missed it. So, I don't know. I do not know. Don't know what's going to happen there with Roman Reigns, but I really liked Raw. I thought it was actually a great Fallout, great, back-to-back shows. They followed up with a great Raw, in my opinion. Let me just talk about that real quick. So, Ambrose just pretty much turned on Roman Reigns. He delivered dirty deeds to Roman Reigns, and then he would deliver dirty deeds to Seth Rollins. And that's how we went off the air. Since then, it's holding the WWE Parlay Saints. So, which is going to be interesting. I liked a lot of segments. I liked that last match, the main event. I liked a lot of stuff. I even liked AJ Styles and John Cena segment, promo. I even liked the Divas match, or the Women's Championship match, actually. I liked a lot of stuff. There's a few good things. I liked the opening segment with all three members of the former Shield. I liked the even Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens match. There's a lot to look forward to in this Raw. After the successful Money in the Bank review, the best pay-per-view, like I said in my Money in the Bank review, of the year, the most successful show. Now, was it perfect? No. But it still delivered in every way possible. From top to bottom, probably was the best show of the year. It was, actually. A lot of people have been saying it. I agree. I think it was. Because he had 3 good matches. And even, you had a few okay matches. Watchable matches, actually. Oh, and also, Raw. I know I keep rambling on here, almost at a half hour. The reviews are never this long, I can tell you that. I haven't talked about WWE in a while, and I feel like I'm overhyped. I haven't made a YouTube video about WWE in a while. It's been a few months. So, it's probably why I'm talking this long. But, now, WWE viewership sees a huge jump from Money in the Bank. Now, it was up. It was up 17% from last week. Dean Ambrose, of course, is your champion. Probably because people who tuned out of Raw, or didn't tune out of Raw, but haven't been watching Raw because of the product, people saying it's not good, and all that stuff. Now they hear about Dean Ambrose, a lot of people like Dean Ambrose. Universally, he's liked. That people love him. You hear the reaction he gets. Probably were like, wait, Dean Ambrose is actually the champion? They probably looked it up, or I don't know what they did. They called their friends to like WWE, whoever. Dean Ambrose actually, he wanted to cash it in. Oh shit, I gotta watch Raw now. I like Dean Ambrose. I want to see what happens. See, people are now interested to see what's going to happen next. That's why I even was excited for Raw. He's suspended by WWE. Roman Reigns is for 30 days. Raw sees a huge jump from Money in the Bank follow, a huge increase in viewership. WWE even reportedly knew about Roman Reigns' wellness policy violation days ago. I mean, you had all this stuff coming in. So, yeah. Interesting developments, interesting things to talk about, but I am going to sign out. Gonna say later, guys. Gonna say my goodbye, my farewell for today, for right now. So you had 2 videos today. Check out, if you didn't, my Money in the Bank review. If you still haven't, if you want to see this first, then check it out, whatever. But I want to ask, what did you guys think of Raw? What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think it was bad? Did you think it was good? What matches did you like? What were the moments? What are your highlights of the show? Are you happy that Dean Ambrose is champion? I think I asked that in my Bank review, but are you happy that Dean Ambrose is champion? Are you looking forward to the Shield Tournament match if it's still going to happen? I think it still will happen, but maybe, possibly not at Battleground. Possibly maybe at SummerSlam now, though. Hold it. So, what did you guys think of Raw? I liked it. My grade for the show as a whole, I did letter grades. So, what I'm going to give it as a whole, overall, I'm going to give it B-. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. There you have it. I feel like that's a little low, because I gave Money in the Bank a B+, but B-, B+, I'll go with a B+, because it was just a good Raw. I mean, you haven't seen a good Raw like this in a while. Some people might still bash Raw because they just like the bash WWE. I mean, WWE can have a good show and they'll be like, oh, it wasn't good, but whatever. That's their opinion. They want to bash WWE, they can do that. So, what do you guys think around? Whatever. So, yeah. Gonna be back with, I don't know what videos I'm gonna do next. I mean, I want to do a Blu-ray collection. Want to show you guys my toys, my collection there. Want to do some gameplay. Want to do this. Want to do that. Don't know what I'm gonna do, so I can't promise you. Okay, we're at a half hour. I'm gonna go now, but I'm just saying real quick. Don't know what else I'm gonna do next. Don't know. Can't say what my next videos will be. Could be a wrestling video, could be, don't know, could be what it could be. If something big news happens, could do that. Might do a movie review, might do a TV show review, I do not know. I might even review a Blu-ray I have, I don't know. So, But yeah, 2 videos that you guys had, so there you have it. So until next time, guys, peace out. I'll see you next time. So if you like this, like the wrestling content, then subscribe. You like WWE, I do a lot of stuff on the channel. I'm trying to do more stuff. So peace out, ladies and gentlemen. See ya. Sorry for the video being long. Until next time, later.